This is Hidden Killers Live with Tony Brewski, Stacy Cole, and Todd Michaels.
Hi. I guess the intro didn't work, but hi.
We saw it. I saw it.
You saw the whole thing? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. I saw like 2 seconds of it. It said, "This is," and then it did the scrolling circle on my end. But I'm glad we're all here today. Welcome to the program, Hidden Killers Live, for this Tuesday, 2025. Wow, we're almost 1 month away from Halloween. Who's excited for that? Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about, isn't it?
Is it acceptable to get pumpkins at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to a pumpkin patch this weekend. Yeah. I like to go to the pumpkin patches at the first weekend or the end of September because it ain't too busy yet. And you can kind of enjoy everything without, all the children, running around and ruining it for us adults who like to go to the pumpkin patch.
So is that girlfriend things that you're doing, or is that going to be with Harper? Or
all of the above, actually. Me and Harper go every year regardless. But my girlfriend and daughter are coming this weekend. And we're also making pasta sauce on Saturday as well. We've been collecting our tomatoes throughout the summer. So we're going to do that on Saturday, because secretly, you did not know this, I'm actually the pioneer woman.
I know you are. No, I've known this a long time.
A lot of people had no idea. They thought that the pioneer woman was this different person. It's me. It's a wig. It's a big Walmart brand. It's all a farce. I know. Blew your mind. But yeah, so that's so I'll have a lot of like red liquid all over my kitchen this weekend. So people will be
pictures.
Like,
that's
murder
the brand
or pasta sauce.
I like the fact that Stacy, you and I have to ask Tony if it's okay to start with the pumpkin stuff. Like he's the authority, and if we overstep our bounds on this, we're in trouble.
No, no pumpkins for you.
Not yet. You have to wait until the 15th.
I did put I have all these Halloween things, and I'm starting to put I have falled my house. I've not Halloweened my house yet, except for one thing. I had I went through a closet yesterday and I found this animatronic doll that it's like a child doll, and it's this Halloween one, and it's creepy and it makes weird I'm da 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 da, and its head spins around, and I put it in one of our downstairs bathrooms. There's a shower, and nobody really uses this shower because it's just kind of an extra bathroom. It's for a bedroom. It's like the guest bathroom's bedroom or bedroom's bathroom, and I put it in there because I'm like, well, where should I put this? And I'm like, I'm going to put it in the shower. So put it in the shower, and I was working on the computer yesterday, and then Harper goes in there. I didn't tell her about it. I kind of forgot that I even put it in there. And all of a sudden I hear this, because she's just going to the bathroom. Unless you're looking over, you're not really seeing it. And this thing is motion activated.
Oh, God.
So all of a sudden this thing's like, da, 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 and its head spins around, and then I hear Harper scream, and she's like, what the bleep, the bleep, the bleep, the bleep. It was, so happy Halloween, everyone. I'm going to keep putting them.
It must just be such an adventure in your home.
No kidding,
especially
right?
This time of year.
It's Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Tomorrow morning on the live, when we go live, you should be on with your phone, and you should take us on a tour of what that looks like.
I want to see the doll.
That's what I mean, right?
That'd be fun. I should do it when I have more stuff up, though. And this weekend I may put more up. I have more things to.
No, I think we need just an intro of the doll, and then you can move into the other phases. I need to see this doll.
The doll.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we could do that. We can go up there. Now, should we just take a tour of the bathroom? Or should I simulate as if I was sitting down in the bathroom what that experience would be like? It's like, okay, going number 2 right now virtually, and now, whoa, there's the doll.
Does
full
the doll
experience.
have a name?
I have no name for it now. Creepy child doll. I don't know. That's all.
You can do a contest online. Let people choose a name.
That would be
Name
fun.
the doll.
But yeah, so there's that sort of horror going on in my house right now. Anybody have any other Halloween stuff up yet? Anybody?
Nothing. Not me.
I bought little pumpkins the other day. I'm feeling a bit festive this year, I think. So
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Reclaiming some holidays. Life's good.
I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, no, I hear you, because that can get torn away when you're in bad relationships, and holidays can become traumatic and not looked forward to.
100%. So I'm looking forward to all of them this year. This is going to be great.
I wonder what the holidays are going to be like for the Adelsons this year. You think they visit?
A little slim, I'm thinking. There's not as many chairs at the table. The chairs will be there. The people won't.
Do you think they do like visits to Donna and Charlie on the holidays? Do they go in there? Can you?
Oh, we got to find that out. Is there a way to find out if they get any visitors?
Well, I think it depends on the inmate, I believe, and the jail. I mean, yes, you can have visitors, but there's It's like hospital, you know. There's hours, there's times. I don't know if you have to make an appointment. It probably depends on the level of the security. I don't know the answer to that question, honestly, but it's a good question.
We should ask Eric that. I bet he would know.
We should, and he'll be on next hour. We're going to be talking about the David case. In case you're like, David, it's that D4VD. So when you're like, what the hell is D4VD? Is that a new type of, is that like Ultra HD on a disc? No, it's the name of a singer that incidentally had a body of a 15-year-old in his trunk who went missing when she was 14. And it's a little weird. We're going to dive into that, and also new updates on the Gilgo Beach killer, the allegations against Rex Heuermann, and where all of that sits, because it's going to be one big trial. Judge has ruled that all of the cases, because I think it's been tried on like 7 or 8 of them or something, all of them are going to be combined into one giant trial. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Is this justice for the victims to have this all into one? Is this more convenient for the court? Is this a boon to Rex? Is that we'll talk about all that with Eric Faddis next hour. He is a defense attorney and former prosecutor, so he can give us insight into all of that. But first, this morning, you're lucky. We have more audio and video to watch from Jeff Lacasse, Wendi Adelson's ex, from the Charlie Adelson trial. We got through a lot of it yesterday. We still got a good chunk to kind of work our way through as we continue to try and examine what was life like back in those days from someone who was dating Wendi when all of this went down. From all of it that we've seen thus far, you guys, we saw we've now watched his police interview. We've watched the testimony from the Magbana Sigfrido trial. We're now obviously watching this one. And we saw it during the Wendi trial, or during the Donna trial. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Right.
So we've seen a lot of the same things. I mean, there has been repetition, obviously, but I feel like every time he talks, he kind of paints the picture with more strokes, which anyone would do in a story. Not that he's adding things to it, like making it additional things up or anything, but anytime you retell a story, sometimes, well, I didn't think of it this way. I didn't think of it that way. You add new things to it from perspective. What's been standing out to you guys now that we've watched literally hours of Jeff?
I always like to get into the psyche of people, and I want to know if, and we'll never know this, I don't think, but I want to know if he's had to do some trauma healing from this relationship.
I would imagine.
Yeah. I think it was manipulative, and I think it damaged him a little bit. I know it would me if I were in a relationship like that, where it's just, a constant chipping away, and there's always a game being played is what it feels like. So I guess I want to know what is he doing after the show?
I would hope getting some therapy or doing some self-reflection, maybe reading a book or two on the topic. or 3 or 50. I mean, that's what I did after I got out of a real shitty relationship that was with a cluster of B personality disorder types. Because I just started a new book actually today, and I love getting into these because it really helps just analyzing the individuals on the show. It certainly, I feel like I can go back and relate to some of these things, and it's healing in a way. But at the same point, I like trying to understand this stuff so we can talk about it, and other people out there who may be going through it can go, oh, I'm not alone. There's a new one. I just started this traumatic cognitive dissonance. And I think it's an interesting concept. I just started getting into it. It's by a psychologist, Peter Salerno. And it's talking about, from a survivor standpoint, someone who's gone through that and trying to figure out what's going on. And we all know what cognitive dissonance is. Traumatic cognitive dissonance is focusing on all of the crazy making that happened in that relationship and how you're trying to put life back together on the other side, but in a healthy way. Because we all kind of compartmentalize things. That's where we get cognitive dissonance going on. And if we're not truly dealing with it, it can still continue to traumatize us over and over and over and over. This is more about healing from that, so we don't have such cognitive dissonance from it. I would hope that maybe he's doing some examining on that area, because I'd imagine there's a lot to unpack. It feels like it's a therapy. Here's what I've recognized. Every time he's talking, it sounds like he's having a therapy session. Have you noticed that?
Yep. And that's kind of where I originated my feeling from, is that it feels like he's letting this emotional garbage out of his body, that it's just been festering and it's just oozing out of his pores now. And he can't wait to fucking tell this story.
Yeah.
That's what I get from him.
Todd?
For me, it's the going back part. You mentioned, Tony, how like every time he's on the stand, he paints that picture. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously this testimony was how long ago, right? Quite a while. Mm-hmm. But to go back and listen to it again, because some of the same stories were told in Donna's trial. But a little bit differently, maybe not with the same brushstrokes as it was told here. So to get that additional information this time around, I'm really enjoying going back over this stuff.
It's fascinating. And some of this testimony that we're looking at goes way back. I mean, the trials, the initial police interview goes more than a decade back, but some of these trials go 3, 4, 5 years back. And when we watched him in the Donna Adelson trial, what I feel about Jeff, and this is just my take on him, I could be completely off. Maybe he's more healed, but it still feels very raw.
Yeah.
I feel like when he's talking about it, he's talking about it from a very raw place. And so I don't know if that's because there hasn't been a lot of healing, because he has kind of compartmentalized it over here, and because it's a lot to understand and try to deal with. But it just feels very fresh, very raw. I think it's good for the case because it plays to the jury, and they can really see the damage that this family has done, not only to their own family and to their children, obviously to Dan Markel and that all of his family and the kids, but to all of those that they touched. Anybody in the circle of these people have had just trauma, just the floodgates, just overwhelming them.
I also noticed, Tony, and we all look different than we did 10 years ago, right?
Yeah,
we've all aged. But I see pictures of him now, and then you look at this. Mm-hmm. He looks a little rough right now. When I'm doing some of the artwork for some of the videos and stuff that we do, when I'm looking up pictures of him, images of him, he looks like he's had a little rough go. And I think it's because probably, always having to bring this up, always having to testify, still probably telling this story, not only in court, but other places as well. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, you can't get any relief from it. It just never stops. And when we experience a really shitty relationship, there is always a part where it's just eating at you and eating. And you can try to heal from it, but I think it just always sits there. And especially if it keeps coming back up, if you don't have a chance to have any closure, and this man does not, because it just keeps coming back with every trial, he's not getting that closure his body desperately needs.
No, everything was on the term of Wendi, and that's the thing. And as much as we're like we all seek closure and to wrap things up in a nice bow and walk away and okay, it's done. You go your way, I'm going to go mine. That's not obviously how it works most of the time. And everything in this relationship obviously was on Wendi's terms, all the way to what it seems like trying to set him up for this idea that he may have killed Danny Markel. Where were you at this time? Where are you going to be? I saw an interesting comment yesterday, too, after what we were talking about, because, Todd, you made a really good point yesterday about the connection there, with the TV, and we were talking about the calling him daddy, Wendi asking her kids allegedly to call Jeff daddy. Was Wendi trying to keep him in the picture longer than he stayed in her own weird way, where she doesn't, because obviously they broke up, he went away, but Wendi, it seems like the whole relationship with Jeff, from what we're understanding, was very much up and down, up and down. Wendy's hot or cold. There's not really an in-between, it seems like. Do you think she was trying to keep that relationship going beyond the murder so that it would be an easier pin on Jeff? Because it doesn't make a ton of sense, honestly, that they're broken up, they're not seeing each other, and then the murder takes place. If they were going to try and use him as an alibi, it's like, you're broken up. Why would he have any motivation to go kill your ex? That part is weird to me, but it feels like it's something that maybe Wendi screwed up. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thought.
Want more on this case and others? Then press subscribe now and don't miss a moment of true crime coverage from Tony Bruschi and the Hidden Killers podcast.